Hello again, and you're very welcome to another edition of Fashion and Lifestyle. I'm Angie Sutherland, and on this week's programme I'm joined in studio by Kelly Durkin from Ben Garry Hair Salon and Anna Costello from the Utopia Health and Beauty Clinic. If there's anything you'd like us to feature on the programme, you can email us at drumlinmedia@gmail.com. That's drumlinmedia@gmail.com. So back to tonight, and I'm joined now in the studio by Kelly Durkin, manager of Ben Garry Hairdressing. Kelly, thanks for coming in to join us.
Thank you very much.
So you're the manager of the salon in Cavan.
Yes,
and
the branch in Cavan here.
What's your own background? You're a hairdresser.
I started actually with Ben Garry, the company, 10 years ago. So I've done all my training with Ben, and I've started from the very beginning and worked all the way up until now, and I've been managing then his Cavan branch then the last year.
Right. So who is Ben Garry?
Ben Garry, he is originally from Cavan. He's from Mullinghorn here in Cavan. He started out training when he was in Peter Marks.
Right.
About 18 years ago, and then 12 years ago, then he opened up his first branch in Navan. He started out with 3 staff, and 12 years later he's a staff of up to nearly 40, 3 salons and a beauty salon.
So where are the other salons? Cavan, Navan and
Knightsbrook Hotel in Trim.
Right.
And the beauty salon then is in Navan.
Right.
As well, part of the Navan shops.
Okay. So then, as the manager in the Cavan salon here, Kelly, what's your typical day?
Well, I would be a full-time stylist in there as well, so I would still be doing hair all day long. So I'd be in there from Tuesday to Saturday. We are open on a Monday as well. So a typical day for me would be going in at 9 o'clock and basically dealing with clients all day long as well. So I still love my job, so I'm still doing stylist full-time as well. So.
Okay. So is that cutting or is it just styling?
No, cutting, colouring. All of our hairdressers, all of our stylists in all the shops do everything. Cutting, styling, upstyling, everything.
Okay. And you mentioned that there's a beauty salon as well in Navan.
There's a beauty salon in Navan as well that opened last December. We opened a year now this December, so that's part of the Navan shop.
Okay. And then in terms of hair, what's the latest trends at the minute, colour-wise or style-wise?
At the minute in Noah, in L'Oreal, which is our ammonia-free colour, L'Oreal are really promoting that at the minute, and it's very, very popular. It gives the autumn shades are starting to come in, all auburn kind of colour. Balayage is still very much there, which is the kind of darker roots into lighter ends. And with L'Oreal, because we are a L'Oreal salon, we have massive ranges of colour you can get from just any kind of colour that you want. All of our stylists are fully qualified in everything.
So when you said that you're a L'Oreal studio, is that or a salon, is that just L'Oreal products that you use? Yeah,
mainly our colour range is mainly L'Oreal, and Kerastase would be our shampoo and conditioner and our home care. We do provide as well GHD and Moroccan oil as well in the salon.
Right. And the Moroccan oil, what's that about?
Moroccan oil is a range that was brought out about 2 years ago. It only kind of took off in the last 2 years. It's a natural product. It's massive at the minute. Absolutely massive. It's so natural for your hair, and because it's all natural, it penetrates deep into the hair, so it just reduces drying time, just puts protein, everything back into your hair. And we supply the full range in all salons, anything down to in-salon treatments to home care.
Right, so is it sort of like a vitamin then or something for your hair?
Yeah, it's full, because there's no there's no antioxidants, nothing in it. It's all protein. It's argan oil is what it's actually came from.
Right.
So.
Okay. And then Ben Garry hairdressing salons, do you take part in any fashion shows or wedding fairs?
Yeah, Ben would take part in a lot of the fashion shows. He would do photo shoots for magazines, for wedding fairs. Weddings would be massive in the salon. Myself and Ben would be 2 of the main wedding specialists. Our other stylists as well would be doing weddings as well. But we do out to hotels, we do house calls, everything like that. We can go as far as
right.
People
so
want.
You will go to a bride's house on the morning of the wedding and do whatever
needs
we
can
to be
go
done for
and we can be
bridesmaids.
there from any time from 7:30 till an hour up until before they leave. So they have finishing touches and everything done just before they leave.
Right.
Which is very popular at the minute. People going out to the houses and stuff like that. So.
And what's the most popular bridal hairdo?
Oh God, it's everything from day to day. It's all natural. Curly blow dries are massive, because they last longer. People want things now to be able to come in, to be able to get it so that they get a couple of days out of it. Everything, all kind of loosed up styles, natural kind of blow dries, so that you don't have to. You can sleep on them the next day; they still look.
Right.
And
why do you think so many brides go for updos for their wedding day?
It's purely by choice. Some people go for updos. Some people, I find that a lot of people want natural styles nowadays because they don't want to be looking at photos in years to come, and it doesn't suit them. They just want things that actually suit them, and you know, that look more natural on them, and not this pull back kind of sprayed kind of.
And something that's comfortable, I suppose,
exactly.
is number one as well.
That they don't, even the next day, we find with our upstyles as well, you can just take them out and you can have them then the next day as well. The more natural they are, the better they are. They'll last a little bit longer as well.
And do you have a favourite hairdo as a stylist that you like to do? Have you a signature piece as such?
It kind of I like I said, I've worked with Ben for 10 years. His training is massive with all the staff. Everything goes into training the staff. Even 10 years later, I'm still getting trained. And I think every time you go on a training, because he goes from anything from L'Oreal in Dublin training us to Vidal Sassoon in London. So you kind of learn something different the whole time. You're motivated. So everything, it's not just one thing that I love doing, because we always have difference. Like, we could be doing 3 or 4 courses a year. Still, it doesn't matter how long we're qualified, from a first year trainee up to
right. And you were telling me earlier before we came on air about you're now going to do your colour degree.
Colour specialist degree. We have
so
four colour specialists in the company already. We've one in Trim, 2 in Navan. We've one currently in our Cavan salon, and I'm beginning mine now in 2 weeks' time as well. So we'll be able to specialise in colour. So people will be able to have a full consultation and be able to get more ideas and a bigger range of colour as well that we'll be able to use on them. So. Are
people still going for coloured hair?
Yes.
As much as ever?
Yes. But they want more techniques.
What are the colours people want?
A lot of them is, again, more natural kind of colours, but they want, like with L'Oreal range, that they supply such a massive range of colour that you can go as natural as you want to as dramatic as you want. There's so many fashion colours that you can use. There's so many different techniques that we've all been trained in. Balayage, like I said, is massive at the minute. That this kind of darker look into lighter kind of end, and that can range from very dark to very bright, or just into a subtle kind of fade. On the end,
so it's called balayage.
Yes,
and it's where you have dark roots and lighter ends.
Lighter ends, yes. Okay. So this is the big thing now at the minute.
But then that doesn't look very natural, does it?
Well, their roots can grow out a little bit longer as well. So it is. It's just a fashion colour at the minute, and because of the range of colour that you have. You can do it everything down to quite subtle as well. It depends on how dramatic you want it.
And is it just ladies, or do you do men's as well?
We do men's as well, yeah.
Right, okay. So. And what are the men getting done? Is it just a quick trim?
Quick trim, and then miracle jobs sometimes as well. They kind of come into salons.
Miracle jobs?
They kind of come into salons looking for miracle work, exactly, with very short hair. But we try our best over there. All of our stylists are fully qualified and everything, so we do try our best over there.
And are some men actually coming in maybe that are going a little bit thin on top, and they're looking for miracle transformations?
Yeah, they do come in, especially with home care as well. Kerastase is massive in hair loss home care as well, so they'd be in kind of secretly getting consultations done with that.
Right, okay.
But we do offer to anyone free consultations with any of our stylists as well, if they wanted to just pop in and have a chat, and we can go through everything with them.
Yeah, and I suppose if people have maybe certain scalp conditions or irritations, maybe they can't use certain colours or ammonias or whatever, then you'd be able to advise them on that as well.
Like I said, we're fully trained in all of that. Like, that's with L'Oreal, we're down to scalp analysation and everything. So
right, okay. So it's really going from the roots. Pardon the pun.
Exactly.
And how long will it take you to do your colour degree?
It's 5 weeks. It's an intense course of 5 weeks.
Okay.
Every hairdresser can't be Edinburgh hairdressers for that long, so it's just it's.
So is that on the job training, or will you have to leave the salon to do it?
I have to go to Dublin, up to the L'Oreal Academy.
Right.
For 5 weeks.
Okay.
And hopefully graduate at the end of it then.
Right, okay.
With a degree.
And I suppose because you're on your feet all the time. I mean, when you're there from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, whatever hours you do. So it's quite,
Yeah, you get used to it though. It is very tiring. As well as that, I don't think people understand with hairdressers, because you're dealing with different clients every day, and it's mentally tiring as well, because you're trying to come up with, your imagination is different for every single client.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get someone different every time. We would always offer to all of our clients, we'd always offer a difference in every visit that they come into to us, because it is always nice to get something different done. Right.
So, and do you have a lot of repeat business, people
yes,
coming back to you again and again?
Yeah, we have massive regular clientele as well. So.
And you mentioned that there's 3 salons currently, Cavan, Navan and Trim. Is there any plans for any expansion?
Oh, with Ben there always is.
You never know.
It always is. So you won't know where he's going to go to next. So, but
okay. And any more wedding fairs or fashion shows coming up?
At the minute, no. Our wedding fairs are done for this year. Our Kilmore wedding fair was the biggest one that we done this year, which was absolutely amazing. Right. And hopefully then again next year we'll be called for that again next year. Okay.
And I suppose then, just to wrap it up, Kelly, because we're running out of time, do you want to just give us some details of where the salon is, or maybe some contact details?
We're located there on Unit 1, just up on College Street.
In Cavan.
Our opening hours Monday to Wednesday are 9 to 6. We open late then Thursday and Friday, 9 to 8:30, and Saturdays 9 to 5:30. Any earlier appointments or any later appointments can be requested with a stylist. If they need any earlier appointments to come in the morning, it's stylists just to request them.
So appointments can be made outside.
Exactly, yeah. And then we do have our Facebook, Ben Garry Cavan, as well. And all of our deals every month are updated onto the Facebook.
Right, okay.
As well.
And then just quickly to finish up, how much roughly is a wash and blow dry?
A wash and blow dry can range from anything up to €15 to 25.
Depending on the length of hair? And
it depends on the kind of style. It's curly blow dries, the length of time and stuff like that it does take. But like I said, all of our stylists put an awful lot of work into all that kind of work that they do. So they do spend time with each client to make sure that they leave happy.
Great. Okay. Kelly, thanks very much for joining us, and good luck with your degree.
Thank you very much.
We have to go to a quick commercial break now, but join me in a few minutes when I'll be talking to Anna Costello, who owns Utopia Health and Beauty Clinic here in Cavan.
I'm Gavin Duffy, and I'm saying watch cavantv.com. It's a great opportunity to see some great programs, and you can watch it all around the globe via the internet and on many platforms. I watch it myself. Great stuff.
Hi, I'm Louise Morrissey and you're tuned to KevinTV.com.
Pat Short here. You're watching Cavan TV.
Welcome back to Fashion and Lifestyle, and I'm delighted now to be joined by Anna Costello from Utopia Health and Beauty Clinic. Anna, thanks for coming into us.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
So you're going to tell us all about Utopia Health and Beauty Clinic.
I am. I suppose the birth of it really comes from the fact that I am a local girl in Cavan, from Cavan originally. I live in Ballyhaise with my husband. We're 20 years married and we've got 3 teenage daughters. I worked in the construction industry for 10 years before I decided to get into beauty. I went to college to study beauty, always with a view to opening my own salon.
Mm-hmm.
While finishing in college, I approached the Cavan Crystal Hotel, what was just actually been developed and opening. Would they be interested in me opening there? And 10 years later, we're a national award-winning salon, and we compete against some of the best in our area in the industry. We've further developed into the training and distribution business with opening New Gen Skin Limited earlier this year, in February of this year in fact. And
New Gen Skin Limited.
New Gen Skin Limited,
okay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We're sole distributors of Italian skincare range Bioline Giotto, which is an international brand. It's in 50 countries worldwide, but it was never in Ireland before. We're the first to bring it in, and in fact we cover the UK market as well. It covers everything, all price ranges, right up to the like of the Seductage 3D, which is like a Botox-like treatment, without the harsh injections and the hefty fee as well. But it has global anti-aging properties with a complete complex that stretches the skin vertically, horizontally, and plumps it as well.
So you're now bringing that in and you're distributing it here?
Yeah, we have it. We use it in the salon in Utopia since September 2011. And 95% of our clients have converted over to it and wouldn't dream of going back. It's phenomenal, the results. What attracted me to it is the level of ingredients, the active ingredients that's in it, because we're years in the industry and we know what works and what doesn't work, what's gimmicky, what isn't, and we're very much ingredient driven. You have the like of lipoic acid in the Revion's range, and it actually has lipoic acid is 400 times stronger than vitamin E, which is an antioxidant, extremely anti-aging. The like of the Premaluce range, which is very good for pigmentation issues, acne. It has a very good system whereby it's a level of peeling, and an awful lot of peels that are on the market now are extremely harsh on the skin, and you have that excessive peeling and like damaging the skin before it repairs completely. But Not with Premaluce. You wouldn't have that with Premaluce because there's PHA in it, which is revolutionary actually in the skincare industry, and a lot of brands haven't even brought it into it. PHAs are polyhydroxy acids, which actually give moisture back to the skin. So you don't have the aggressiveness, you don't have the sensitivity that comes. So that would be a huge range for us as well. We also have Details of Beauty, which is stem cell technology, and before we used to have Dermalogica. As I said, all our clients have converted over, and that's a huge strength. But beforehand, we used to have a brand. We still do it, but I mean it would be diminished really in demand. Image Skincare. It was an American brand. It actually had stem cell technology in it, which I liked because it was new and revolutionary as well, and the effects were good. And in fact, apple stem cells are very good for increasing collagen and elastin in the skin. In my search for Bioline Jato, I found that the Bioline Jato also had Edelweiss stem cell technology in it, which in fact gives longevity to the cells as well. So these plant stem cells work on the skin, whereas it used to be caviar, being fish eggs, you used to really have to plump the collagen and the elastin. So Bioline would be very, very new and revolutionary in that it's not afraid to go forward. But they were the first Italian company to put hyaluronic acid into skincare. Their brand is in existence since 1979. It's an amazing brand. It's run by an Italian family who are very, very dedicated. And the Italians, I'm actually only back from Italy. All our staff have been to Italy, have been trained. They have an SEA, which is Superior Expert Academy, which is a bit like Sedesco in terms of beauty qualifications. It's world recognised, but they're very, very passionate. Mrs. Cardini, the lady who owns the company, she's a beauty therapist by trade, and you can just see the passion that she has, and it filters right through, and has done for over 30 years. I mean, they're amazing. But they're loyal and they have very good qualities, and that's what I like about it, because I've always, in our trade, I've always felt that I would only ever go with something that I believed in and that I felt actually really, you could stand over. That's why we've chosen.
So you'd use it yourself?
Oh, I use it all the time. Yeah, I mean we
and is
choose.
it a cream or a lotion or?
They're creams,
right.
Creams and serums. But we choose not to go down the route of microneedling, which is big in the beauty market now because it's traumatizing the skin. The same with microdermabrasion. We never went with that either because again, you're traumatizing the skin. And there's huge fads out there. I mean, there's the like of a gold leaf facial that was a fad as well. I mean, we've always researched and we're continuously researching. And always want to know what's next, but also always following it through to know is it something that has a true meaning and true offering, because people deserve in current times people deserve to get quality for what they're paying, and we all want value for money. So in fact, when you go in for a treatment, you could actually be doing more harm to your skin than good. Not in our salon.
No, but
not
I mean
with
by some of the other.
In the industry, there are treatments out there in the industry that are available that I wouldn't feel comfortable with. Certainly, I wouldn't go with anything that I wouldn't have done myself. That's the thing, and for me, that's the driving force. And all of our team would be of the same ethos. I suppose that's why we're so consistent with our level of standards that we have, and that's why we have such a good loyal client base. It's the same as our staff. I mean, staff are with me years, and again it just speaks about our ethics and what it is that we stand for.
And who are your customers then, Anna?
Are
they locals? Do they come from further afield?
85% of our clients are non-resident. We do get a certain clientele from the hotel because we are based in the Cavan Crystal Hotel. But we have people who come from Dublin, a lot of people from Monaghan, Northern Ireland area. We supply. There's a couple of ladies who would come from further down the country who make it their business to come continuously to travel back to us, because we would be well known nationwide for the level of service that we give. Customer care is one of the key pointers for us, you know, with regards to our ethics. And I think if you always remember how important the customer is and how valuable they are, because at the end of the day you're only as good as the last treatment you've done, well then, you know, you can't go too wrong. That's really, really important for us, you know.
And just to mention quickly on the new training and distribution business that you're launching or that you're going into.
Yes. Well, we're in that since February of this year.
Right.
We started that February of this year. As I say, we brought the product in September 2011 to market test it, to know was it as good as it actually claimed to be, did the ingredients, the level of activity actually work, and we found that it was. So we started up our distribution company in February of this year. As I say, our training facilities, we hold them in the conference centre of the Cavan Crystal Hotel. We have students who come from all around Ireland to be trained by Aileen, our lecturer, who is an ITEC trained and also SEA trained therapist and tutor, and then they take the product and they use it in their own salons, you know. But again, it's highly reputable, professional only salons, and it is a professional only brand. It is not available on the internet because it has to be professionally prescribed, because when you have ingredients to that level of activity, you need to make sure that they're professionally prescribed, because you could do more harm than good. So that's really, really important, that there is a passion there, that the people who are prescribing it, you know what they're doing, so that the end user can actually get the results that they're expecting for their money.
Do you have a website or contact details that our followers can
Our website is New Gen Skin Limited, all one word. Our website, sorry, that's the name of the company. Our website is newgenskin.ie. On that we have a link page for our beauty salon, Utopia Health and Beauty Clinic, and also Euphoria Hair Experts, which is our new hairdressers that we're opening now on next Monday, the 8th of October.
Great, well the best of luck with that. Anna,
thank
we're
you
going to
very
have to wrap it up. Thanks very much for coming into us. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for tonight on Fashion and Lifestyle. I hope you enjoyed the programme, and I'd like to thank my guests Anna Costello and also Kelly Durkin for joining me here in the studio. And again, if there's any topics or events that you'd like us to feature on the programme, you can email us at drumlinmedia@gmail.com. That's drumlinmedia@gmail.com. On next week's programme, we'll be talking to women in tourism, and I'll have the tourism officer for County Cavan here in the studio. So until then, see you next week.